starting to do the stitching on another applique quilt. This leaf cutout is actually an idea from Angela Walters, and it's using charm squares or any little square of fabric that you want to use that's the size you need. Put the fusible web on the back of the charm square, and then you cut this leaf out, and then if you want to cut out the center, you can do that, and you end up with a bunch of little leaves as well, which on one of her quilts she actually fits in with the big leaves, and I did that on the first one that I did. I'm not doing that on this one because I actually made a coordinating quilted pillow cover and I used the smaller leaf cutouts on that. But for today, I just wanted to show you a bit of how I'm stitching the appliques and filling in the space around the appliques. So this quilt, I'll have to show you a finished picture when it's done, because it's got a cascade of leaves going down. When Angela Walters did hers, it's a laurel wreath, she calls it. So you can look that up on YouTube and see her quilt. I decided to do a different design with the leaves on each of my quilts, and they're really fun to play with. You can just lay them all over the place and make whatever design you want. So I really like this shape of leaf. It's kind of chubby and it gives me a little bit of space in between. On the other one I did, I used a lot of detail quilting in the center because it was pinks and yellows and very girly quilt, so I did a lot of that kind of detail. But this one I wanted to have more of a modern chic look to it, so I'm just going to do a simple inline stitch with a vein, and I'll just get started here and you can see what I'm doing. Going around the outside edge first, as I do with all of the raw edge appliquing. And I'm using it's actually a darker green thread, but in this, with this LED light, it's showing up kind of bright. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when it's finished. It's going to just give a little bit of a pop to the quilt because the background will be done in a very dark gray, almost black thread with no sheen. So I really want these leaves to stand out. Just doing a second line inside of that first line. Then I'm going to come up to secure the center so that I'm around that edge as well. Do the wider one first. And then I'm just going to go into the center. I'm not going to worry about being really close to the applique because I want this little leaf to stand out. Back to the outer edge, and I just work around the leaves organically because my cascade starts up here in this corner and goes all the way to the bottom opposite corner, and I'm not going to want to go down and come back up. I want to work my flow all the way down as I'm going, so I'm going to go from side to side and just kind of connect my lines as I go, and it won't be a big deal if you can tell that I've connected it and there's not a fancy design in the middle. Sometimes I'll have room for swirls, and around the outside edge I'm just going to do a spontaneous design to fill in the space. And again, if I don't fill in all the space, it doesn't matter because I'm coming back through with the black thread to do the background. So I'm just going to keep going for a bit, and I'll speed this up so that you don't have to watch it in real time and give you an idea of what more looks like when it's quilted.